everybody! I thought I'd try my hand at a favorites video since we're ending September. Yes! Well, it hasn't exactly been bath weather here in California. It is actually, it's about 102 outside, even if it's autumnal in here. But some of the evenings have been cooler than before. And anyway, autumn is a state of mind for Californians, not an actual weather reality. And we do what we can to feel cozy. These are actually some things I probably bought around Easter, but I've been saving them. They're these bubble bath bars. I couldn't bear to use them. They're so beautiful, and I've been keeping them in my desk drawer. So every time I open it, I got two of these. This one is blueberries and cream, which I think any sort of pie for a fall favorites works. They're by Wild Time Bath. I don't know if I mentioned that. She's a seller on Etsy. She doesn't have this exact scent listed right now, but I'm sure you could ask. And right now she has a candy corn flavored. I think I feel terrible, I don't know her name, but I'll link it down below. I think she goes the extra mile with packaging. Everything's so adorable. This one is gone. It's the one I use, and it lasts me many, many, many baths. They're softer than the Lush bubble bars that you just hold under the water, so you want to crumble it. And sometimes you get some crumbly pieces in the bottom of your bath, but I used it to exfoliate my feet if there was any left. So use it for your elbows and knees. So this one was Fruit Loops, and it was white. It looked like a Mother's Circus cookie animal, if you know what I mean. White with tons and tons of sprinkles on it. Very fruity, acidic flavored. Whereas this one has like creamy custard flavors along with the fruit. And then my favorites so far, wholly out of season, but I've only used a couple because I just can't bear to use them up. Easter Bunny Peeps. I don't eat marshmallows because of the gelatin. These are the best peep substitute ever. I feel like they've faded in color a little bit. So there were 8 to begin with, and each one I think is slightly different. At least the purple seems very grapey to me. Yeah, these were more vibrant in color, so I'm sure since it's a lot of natural ingredients, you probably shouldn't hoard them for years like I did. I think they're tutti frutti, but it's like tutti frutti mixed with an ocean spa. The bubble bars are $7.50, and then the 8-piece bunny peeps were $10. It's so fun to support cottage business. Okay. Wow, that only took me a half an hour. Next up is this Good and Clean Daily Detox Foaming Cleanser from Alba Botanica. And I've seen it at Sprouts, I think Whole Foods, things like that. I actually got this marked down at Marshall's. I got it for like $5 and something instead of $8. But I looked on Amazon and they have it for $5 something always. It feels really, really creamy and removes makeup great. It's called Oil Clearing Cream. And I haven't noticed any magical vacuuming out of oil on my face, but it's moisturizing and yet made for oily skin or acne-prone skin. It's very peachy, citrusy, candy-like. I think we have a theme going. And you get a lot. I've been running out of all of my Sephora stuff that I bought when I was working steadily. So I've been going for larger size things that are less expensive. Just for a time, you know, with the holidays coming. Up next, this product has probably been the biggest day-to-day change. I mentioned it in my What's in My Purse video. I've been trying slowly to switch over to completely cruelty-free. You do the makeup and then the hair stuff, but you forget about cleaning products, everyday products, soap, all that. So I started to freak out a little bit with the hand sanitizer because I go to Disneyland, Magic Mountain all the time. I can't live without hand sanitizer, but that just seems like such a horrible thing to test on our friends. And you get a pack of these, Clean Well, natural hand sanitizer, 6 ounces. Each one is an ounce for $15.80. And compared to the big pump bottles of Purell or whatever, it seems expensive, but I haven't even made a dent in one, and I carry it with me everywhere now. It has a very rosemary, basil scent. So if you don't like herbal things, maybe not the one for you. I don't know if they'll come out with other scents. It's so fun to... But since it's all natural, like I've used it for other things too, like girls, if your deodorant's like a day old and you're just using a washcloth to to clean up a little bit, I just, do that a little bit, and then I feel like I'm getting a non-bacterial start, to instead of just reapplying old deodorant over deodorant. This is not something the company recommends, just a tip. Next up is something I also mentioned in another video. It's the ColourPop Cosmetics Sculpting Sticks in the color Dove, which is the best thing I've found for a little bit of contour on my extremely white skin, which looks even more yellow tone than it is because of all the autumn lighting. These are only $5 and they're made in LA. I'm sure you all know ColourPop. I didn't use it today. I went back to the old powder I was using to just chisel a little bit, and boy, do I notice a difference. It just looks kind of muddy to me. It helps to have the proper tools. The only fashion favorite I haven't been doing a lot of clothing shopping. I still feel like I need to make that summer shopping trip I never made. But I've been buying a lot of flannels and things to do improv, and it's nothing too glamorous. But I got these little flat, and I debated about showing them. Hopefully they don't look too dirty, because as you can see, there's a little bit of pillage. They're only $45. They're by restricted, and they still have them on ModCloth. I just think they are so adorable. I have to wear wide shoes because my feet aren't that wide, except in the toe area. I'm getting a bunion. Not just one. This sounds terrible. I have extra wide. They're like Donald Duck's feet, where they're big at the top. Anyway, I like that I can tie this area around that, and then adjust the width. You get it. They're cheap. I've actually had a couple pairs of Oxfords from this company, and the heel came off both times eventually, but this looks like a different, like the heel isn't separate like that was. In all fairness, for a flat that cheap, I would wear it to work every day. And I work in a huge store where I'd literally put in like 7 miles some days. And then on my lunch break, I would walk around outside for another mile. So they're not made for that. And they're called Walt's the Latest Flat. Now, definitely the biggest favorite that's a splurge is the lens I'm looking into right now. I had a nifty 50 lens, and I am no photographer. I just started doing this a little while ago, and I've been very lucky to have nice equipment to start with. It's the Canon EF 40mm 2.8. Why does it say 52mm down there and 40mm up there? Okay, let's see what Amazon says. For people who are real photographers and want a lens like this, well, it was $200, which compared to the nifty 50 is expensive, but compared to the one that several that I saw bloggers use, like Sigma lenses and stuff, it's not bad at all. And it focuses so quickly. It's amazing. Okay, Amazon says it's the Canon EF 40mm f2.8 lens. So 40. No zoom, just fixed, so it's cheaper. But I can't believe how quickly. Let's show you. Wow! It focuses. Next up is an occupational thing that I have enjoyed in September. I showed it very briefly. Well, I featured it in the Get Ready With Me autumn video I just made. But I got into needlepoint. I haven't done needlepoint since I was a kid, and I had a kit I was so excited about that I ordered from a sewing catalog, and it was individual Christmas ornaments. I remember I did like the snowman, but I was waiting for Mom to show me how to do the French knot, so I never did the eyes, and I showed this lady what I'd ordered because I was so excited. She's like, it'll take you a month to do one, and I was so mad. I had to prove her wrong, so I did a bunch of them, but like I said, there's always a specialty stitch somewhere that I never finished. So big ideas of childhood. Hashtag BIOC, like I have on the blog. I suppose this could qualify as petty point, but real petty point people will point out that there's a very special stitch you do it with. So just because it's small, I guess it doesn't mean it's petty point. It's still needlepoint. The funnest part was going on Photoshop and making a graph and deciding what I was going to do. And I did that very quickly. And this took forever. So I made a headband out of that. I did not do this, obviously. But this is a purse I have. I'm sure you've all seen the Dolce & Gabbana runway show handbags. They have leather on them and they're $8,000, so I'll never have one, but I think it would be just such a beautiful thing to get really good at and make cushions for people getting married, or just adding a small detail in the middle of needlepoint makes it so luxe. This is from Victorian Trading Company, and if they still have it, put it there. I couldn't have all sewing and antibacterial and crotchety stuff. I had to have something fun too. I was at Disneyland about a month ago with my friend April, and I saw this little guy, and I thought, impulse buy. Nope. But sometimes a look is all it takes if it's the right one. When Mom and I went back, our passes are about to expire, so we went back, and thanks Mama, Figaro. And I like this one because he has a crooked smile. Cute. He's $20 and you can get him on the online Disney shop. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. Let me know if you like favorites. Oh my gosh, look at that. Focus. Wow.